For no points, Molly Atkinson, what is the street name for 3.4 methylenidoxymethamphetamine? The answer is Molly. Damien Atkins, what was your preferred nickname for my mother, Helen?
My impertinent name?
Your preferred nickname for my mother, Helen.
Peaches.
That is accurate. Moya, who is your favorite Spanish painter?
Goya.
Goya is the answer. And finally, Gray Powell, your first name is a diminutive of Grayson, which means son of a...
Gray.
No, the answer is bailiff. These are players from the Devil's Despicables. Claire Jullien. What calendar came into effect on January 1st, 45 BC? The answer is the Jullien calendar. Christine Pellerin. What Stephen King thriller tells the story of a murderous 1958 Plymouth Fury? Christine. Matt Ratelle. Which is your favorite Jonas brother?
I don't even know them.
The answer is Kevin, because you always root for the underdog. And Paul Timmerman, the Grammy-winning musician, producer, rapper, DJ, born Timothy Zachary Mosley, is better known by what single name? Timbaland.
Timbaland,
Are the players from the Shavian Mavens. These two teams will be facing off against each other on this week's provocative installment of...
The Great Shaw Quiz. And now, from Television City in Niagara-on-the-Lake, here is the host of the Great Shaw Quiz, Neil Barclay.
Thank you, Tom, and welcome everybody. My name is Neil Barclay, and I welcome you to the third game in our quarterfinals. So far in the series, two teams, Backstage Panic and the Four Fathers, have emerged victorious. In about half an hour's time, we will know who our third semifinalist will be. I'll explain the rules as we go, but before that, let me tell you, before the match, we flipped a coin to determine which team will go first, and Devil's Despicables won it. So they will go first in our first category, which is Shavian Stage Directions. I will read a stage direction from a Shaw play, and you will tell me what play it is. Now, except for the lightning round, which will come later in the program, all categories are team efforts. We encourage you to talk amongst yourselves and think things out loud. Each question is worth 10 points. Okay, Despicables, here we go. The first stage direction is an office with a plate glass window, distempered walls, electric light, and a patent stove. Saturday afternoon. The chimneys of Lincoln's Inn and the western sky beyond are seen through the window. You have 10 seconds.
Nothing comes to mind.
John Bulls.
Lincoln's Inn and the western sky. Office. Anyone else?
I say John Bulls.
Okay.
Great.
You're the only one with an idea.
John Bull's Other Island.
No, the answer is Mrs. Warren's Profession.
Oh, fine.
That kind
I
of
was going to ask you that, but Moya, I figured you'd know that.
All right, your second.
Thank
your
you,
second
Molly.
stage direction.
Wow.
Is a bull-necked English chaplain is sitting on a stool at a table, hard at work writing. At the other side of the table, an imposing nobleman is seated in a handsome chair, turning over the leaves of an illuminated book of hours. The nobleman is enjoying himself. The chaplain is struggling with suppressed wrath. What play is that from?
Candida? Maybe, I don't know. A nobleman and a chaplain. A nobleman and a chaplain walk into a room.
All right. Can I get a final answer, Molly?
Candida.
No, the answer is St. Joan.
Of course. Yes.
All right, here we go. Third question. A smart young solicitor is in his office in Lincoln's Inn Fields. The place proclaims the 18th century, but the year is 1935.
So it's a later play.
What are his later plays? What was one of his last plays?
Back to Methuselah.
Yeah, but even later than that. Heartbreak in the 20s.
So when,
Molly, you have a final answer?
Crimes
Back
of
to the-
Smart.
What? Which one is it?
Steal
Picture
that
to
girl.
be good? No, that was late. That's not what it was.
Gonna need one.
A smart young solicitor.
A smart young solicitor. I'm going to say back to
Lincoln.
Methuselah.
Back to Methuselah. No, the answer is the Millionaires.
Ah.
All right.
Ooh.
You're gonna get this one, I can tell.
No.
In the garden restaurant of a hotel at Remagen on the Rhine, on a fine afternoon in August in the 1880s, looking down the Rhine towards Bonn.
Great.
I'd say You Never Can Tell. Is that right?
That sounds right.
Yeah.
Final answer?
That
Yeah.
sounds right.
Sounds good.
The final answer is You Never Can Tell, and the
Yes.
right answer is Widowers' Houses.
Yes.
Oh, beautiful.
Last,
Clean sweep.
we're all going to be reading our stage directions after this.
I don't read stage
Before the
directions.
Okay, the
Cross
stage
them
direction
out.
is before the curtain, the Count, dazed and agitated, hurries to the four critics as they rise, bored and weary, from their seats. 15
Agitated hurries. For critics as they rise.
So it's about the theater.
About the theater.
Doctor's
yeah.
Dilemma?
Maybe it's before the curtain. So they're before a curtain.
What about Fanny's first play?
Okay, that sounds good.
Is that your
I'm
final answer?
Great.
Final.
Fanny's first play it is.
How?
How did you know that?
Because it's about a play, clearly.
Liver.
Wow.
Liver.
Well done. And now on to the Shavian Mavens. Here's
Very good.
first stage
Good
direction.
luck.
Beat that.
All right. They embrace, but they do not know the secret in the poet's heart.
Oh, Arms in the Man. Anyone else?
Your guess is as good as
No.
mine.
Yeah.
You like it?
Let's go
Yes?
with that.
Okay, Arms in the Man.
Arms of the Man, your final answer. The answer is Candida.
Oh.
Ah!
The last line of Candida. All right, here we go.
Sorry.
Second one. Roscullen, westward a hillside of granite rock and heather slopes upward. A huge stone stands on it in a naturally impossible place, as if it had been tossed up there by a giant. In the desolate valley beyond is a round tower. It is evening, and there are great breadths of silken green in the Irish sky.
Oh my gosh. Oh, you guys know. Anybody?
Unfortunately, they can't steal.
Ah,
Oh man. Okay.
I have no idea.
Wow.
Need a final answer. There's only 430 plays. Just take a guess.
Oh my goodness. It is the apple cart, actually.
Apple Cart, is that your final answer?
Yes. Final answer.
All right.
Apple cart.
Despicables, what is it?
John Bull's Other Island.
Oh.
Other Island is the right one. All right. Your next one. Evening in the Sierra Nevada. No wild nature here. Rather, a most aristocratic mountain landscape. Gray's giving it to you. Made by a fastidious artist creator. No vulgar profusion of vegetation. Spanish magnificence and Spanish economy everywhere. Claire, what is the final answer?
Man and Superman.
Is that Man and Superman is correct.
I can't believe this.
Woohoo!
All right.
Rigged.
Gray.
If you kept a poker face, Gray.
Trying to. I am trying to.
Here's a short clue, Claire. The lounge deck of the Empress of Patagonia, a pleasure ship. 2 of the deck chairs are occupied.
Oh.
Got a final?
I can see it, and I can't think of the title. Oh my goodness!
Time's up. Can I get a play title?
I can't think of the title. Anybody? Christine? I know they.
No.
All right, I'm afraid I'm gonna have to call time.
Okay.
It's village wooing.
Oh, okay.
All right.
That's not what I was
last one.
thinking of, but
All right, you're tied. Okay, you can move ahead on this one. The stage direction is summer afternoon in the year 31,920 AD.
oh man.
Somebody above you knows the answer, it seems.
Not me.
You have five.
Come on. Neil, give me a hint here.
That would be fair, Claire.
So overt.
Can you imagine? Okay, final answer? No, nothing?
No, drawing a blank.
Been said. Damien, what is it?
Back to Methuselah.
Back to Methuselah. 31,920. Well done. You're nice and even. We haven't moved very far. 10 and 10.
Off
That's
to a
great.
great start.
Excellent. So the end of the first round, the score is the Devils Despicables 10 and the Shavian Mavens 10. All right. It's been a while since any of us have been able to travel, and if you're anything like me, you've been jonesing to get out of town and see some other scenery. So it's that thought in mind. The next category is famous names in airports. The Despicables went first in round one. The Mavens will have first crack at this one. All right, Shavian Mavens, for 10 points apiece, here is your first question. Two of New York City's international airports are named respectively after what former mayor and what former president?
LaGuardia and
JFK.
Yeah.
Is that your final answer?
Yes, LaGuardia and JFK.
You are correct.
Woo!
All right. In
Awesome.
2001, New Orleans International Airport was renamed for what trumpet legend known as Satchmo?
What's his name? Louis Armstrong.
Final answer?
Yeah.
Correct.
Yes. Yeah.
Three. A yellow submarine sits outside this airport in northern England named for what musician?
John Lennon.
One of the Beatles.
Final answer?
Yes, final answer, John Lennon.
Liverpool John Lennon Airport is correct.
Nice.
Saskatoon, Toronto, and Montreal named their international airports for what three Canadian prime ministers who ruled from 1957 to 1984. I need three names.
We got Trudeau, Pearson.
Yes.
Trudeau, Diefenbaker, and Joe Clark.
Again, I'll name the cities: Saskatoon, Toronto, and Montreal.
Saskatoon.
So isn't it
Montreal.
Trudeau Airport in Montreal?
Trudeau's, one.
Trudeau,
Yeah.
Pearson.
Montreal, Toronto,
Pearson.
Pearson,
Pearson,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
Saskatoon,
Saskatoon.
And you've already said it.
Diefenbaker.
Diefenbaker.
Yes, that's
Okay.
correct. Those are the three. And the last one, named to honor a famous battle of World War II, what Chicago airport is only 8 miles from the center of the city?
Is
O'Hare?
that
O'Hare?
O'Hare? That's the only one I know.
Final answer?
O'Hare.
No,
O'Hare,
O'Hare is a little farther out than that. It's Midway Airport.
Oh, yeah.
Battle of Midway in World War II. All right, well done, Mavens. You got 40 points in that. Now on to the Despicables.
Hey.
10 points, Despicables. The international airport in Krakow, Poland, was renamed in 1995 for which one-time amateur athlete and actor who eventually pursued another line of work?
I know this. It's on the tip of my tongue.
Yes.
We
Was
steal
this
it?
the political figure?
Yeah.
Who became like a... Oh man, what's his name?
It's not John. What is it?
5 seconds.
Tadeusz.
John Tadeusz.
John Tadeusz. Bradecki.
John Tadeusz Turovsky.
Gonna need a final answer, Molly.
Tadeusz Bradecki.
Wait, it's almost come to me.
What?
Oh.
starts with a W.
Wo-
What part of final answer?
Wojciech.
No, but it's something. It's close
Wojciech.
to that.
Wojciech, your final answer?
No.
Molly?
John Tadeusz Dorowski Wojciech.
Oh, that's a wonderful answer. You had the first part right. It's Pope John Paul II.
Oh.
All right, the second question. If you didn't like that question, you ain't gonna like this one. Originally known as Jan Smuts International Airport.
Are you kidding?
What city's major airport was renamed in 2006 for former African National Congress President Oliver Tambo?
Oh, what? So this looks to be
What city?
a South American, like a South African country, right? It's
So
South-
Cape Town or Johannesburg?
one of those two.
Got 3 seconds to
Johannesburg?
I defer. I defer to you, Damien.
Johannesburg.
If Johannesburg is your final answer, it is the correct answer. All right. Shortly before he died in 2016, what legendary astronaut and Ohio native attended the rededication of the Port Columbus International Airport in Columbus, Ohio, in his honor?
It's Neil Armstrong.
Yeah.
Neil Armstrong, your final answer? I'm sorry, no. The answer is
Buzz Aldrin.
John
Glenn. Sorry.
Glenn.
That's
Sorry, just a little late, Gray. Just a little late. I'm sorry.
sorry. I
know it's the sound. It's Zoom.
don't think it got through.
The fourth question. Oklahoma City renamed its major airport back in 1941 to recognize what star of film, stage, radio, and vaudeville? There's also a Broadway musical named for him.
Will Rogers.
Is that your final answer, Molly?
Yes.
You are correct.
Oh.
And the last question is, the Sri Guru Ramdas Ji International Airport serves this city in India's Punjab state, home to Sikhism's holiest site, the Golden Temple.
So
I don't know Northern India.
All right. Anyone, Molly, do you want to take a guess?
No.
City in northern India.
All right.
Is it for sure Northern India?
Punjab?
Got 5
I
seconds.
think so.
Then I would say Kolkata.
I agree with Damien.
Kolkata, final answer. No,
Yeah.
the answer is Amritsar is where the Golden Temple is. But you did well on that. You got 20. So at the end of round 2, the score is the Devil's Despicables with 30 points and the Shavian Mavens with 50 points.
I knew all the Canadians.
All right. Is that even in Northern India, or is that?
It is in Northern India.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Well done, Graham.
Kolkata's in Amritsar is in the northwest. Kolkata is in the northeast. We have a category called Answers Within Answers. Now, the trick with this category is that once you've gotten the answer to the first question, the answer to the second question will be suggested by that first answer, and so on and so on. So think about that first answer, and that should give you a clue to the next one. And the Despicables will go first in this round for 10 points. Kenner began manufacturing this toy in 1963, and it came with packets of cake mix and small round pans.
Oh, the
Easy bake oven.
Final answer? You're
Yes.
correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. The Christian evangelical program, the PTL Club, ran for 15 years and starred what highly controversial married couple?
Jim Baker and
Jim and Tammy Faye.
Yeah.
Final answer, that is correct. This question's a personal one. This line of action dolls produced by Mattel between 1972 and 1986 was intended for boys who were less disposed towards the more militaristic G.I. Joe.
We're less disposed toward
And again, remember that somewhere
Tammy Faye Baker. Think of them.
Baker.
Oh.
Jim and Tim.
it was not the Tammy Faye Baker doll, I can tell you.
It's something is Jim something.
Although I
Jim
would
doll. The Jim doll. G.I. Jim.
Oh.
No.
G.I.
I'll tell you that you're on the right track, but you're
Jim.
missing the one word.
G.I.
Jim Bob.
G.I. Jim.
G.I.
That's the Walton call.
Jane.
You haven't. No
G.I.
one's
Jane.
afraid I'm gonna have to call you. It's Big Jim.
Big Jim.
Big Jim was the doll.
Did you know that, Paul?
It wasn't really.
Still have mine.
It never.
Paul collects.
But I
He's a
like.
collector. So.
I had Care
All right.
Bears. Is that not the same thing?
The next question is: what 1985 film starred the late U.S. Olympian Kurt Thomas as Jonathan Cabot, who combines his gymnastic ability with martial arts to enter a competition in the fictional country of Parmistan?
I'm sure I saw this movie.
I feel like I saw this movie a lot, and I don't know.
So the answer to the previous one was Big Jim. Is that right?
That's correct.
Yes.
So it's like Big something or something Jim.
Yeah, big
The trick.
fight and
Answer that movie, Damien.
big fight and what?
Jim Jams.
Big fight in
That's the
Jimtown.
final answer. That's a
No,
great.
no.
What?
You know the movie?
Big Fight in Jim Jams is not our final answer.
Listen, Damien, I'm calling time.
No, wait. Big.
I like that answer.
Big.
Damn fine answer.
Big Air.
Big Air. Okay.
Big fight in Jimtown.
Damien. But it's the wrong one.
Jimtown.
The movie is Jim Kata.
Jim Cobb.
Ah,
Jim Kata.
Yeah, I
Yes.
knew
I
it was
would never have gotten that.
It was not a JIM. It was a GYM.
That's tricky.
That was easy.
Last
I
one.
didn't see that movie.
What is the name for the multi-tailed whip that was used for flogging in the British Army?
Cat o' nine tails.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Final answer?
no,
What
but
is
is the
it?
answer? But is the
Cat.
but Jim Kata doesn't have? Oh, I see.
Kata. What is it, Gray?
Kata Nine Tails.
Cat o' nine tails.
Molly, final answer?
Kata Nine Tails.
Cat o' nine tails is correct.
Oh, Damien, hilarious.
Well done. We went from the easy bake oven to flogging in the space of 5. And now here is your shot at answers within answers. Let's see how you do. Shavian Mavens for 10 points. Considered by many to be the greatest coach in NFL history, the Super Bowl trophy is named after who?
Is it the Heinzman? I don't know.
Either that or Lombardo. Was
Joe
it?
Gibbs. Joe Gibbs trophy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't know
yeah.
football.
I'm not a sports guy, so.
Well, Paul, you seem pretty confident, so I'm going to go with Paul's answer.
Yeah.
Anyone?
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Joe Gibbs?
Joe Gibbs, your
Final
final answer? No, someone was on the right track. It was Vince Lombardi.
It is
Oh,
Vince
Lombardi.
Lombardi trophy.
Ah.
Oh, okay.
All right, second question. This actor was a ubiquitous presence in film and television for over 70 years and also founded the Little People of America organization to help people with dwarfism.
Huh.
You may all be too young to remember him.
It has to connect to what was the last answer?
Danny Kaye?
Lombardi.
Well, it's Vince or Lombardi. So there's
Oh yeah.
yeah, so along those lines. But I'm not having any names come to mind.
I think of Carol Lombard, but that's not.
Yeah.
No, final answer, Claire? Got to call time.
Anybody?
No.
Nothing. Okay.
The answer, this one's a tough one. It's Billy Barty. Does anyone else
Oh yeah.
Oh.
No.
know? All right.
Yeah, definitely.
Damien doesn't remember him, then I'm in trouble. All right. In the late 1970s, this ne'er-do-well brother of President Jimmy Carter registered as a foreign agent
Billy
of the
Carter.
American government and became ensnared in a scandal inevitably known as, the scandal was known as?
Billy Gate.
Billy Gates?
Claire, correct? Final answer?
Okay, I'll go with Paul because
Yeah.
yeah.
Billy
Billy
Gates is the
Gates.
correct answer, Paul. Well done.
Oh, yay!
Hey.
Billy Carter, the inventor of Billy Beer.
Yes.
All right. The fourth clue is known informally as the Bean. This huge stainless steel sculpture in Chicago's Millennium Park reflects both the humans standing next to it and the skies hovering over it. And the answer to the previous question was Billy Gate, I'll remind you.
Billy Gates. Called something else other than the Bean?
Yeah, the Bean is just...
Yeah, that's all I'm familiar with.
Yeah. Gonna call time.
Yeah.
The answer is Cloud Gate.
Oh.
Cloud
Gate. Is the sculptor. All right, and your last question is, most frequently associated with supercell thunderstorms, these phenomena are precursors to tornadoes. Previous answer was Cloud Gate.
Cloud.
What's that?
Funnel cloud. Funnel cloud.
Funnel cloud is correct.
Hey.
So at the end of round 3, the score is the Devils Despicables 60 and the Shavian Mavens 70. Could we get any closer? All right.
Actually,
now,
statistically, there's a very easy way for it to be closer.
All right, you. Trouble. I knew you were trouble.
To quote Taylor Swift, I knew you were trouble.
Okay, now we're going into the lightning round. So far you've been able to talk amongst yourselves and bat around possible answers before settling on the right one. In this round, there's no time for that. This is the lightning round, and if a good answer occurs to you, I want you to blurt it out. I'll take the first answer I hear, and if you don't know and don't hear anyone chiming in, just pass. Your goal is to answer as many questions as possible in 2 minutes. Shavian Mavens, you are up first. The 2 minutes will begin when I'm finished reading the first question. The Radcliffe Camera and the Sheldonian Theatre can be found in what English city?
Southampton.
No, the answer is Oxford. In 1997, who became the first mayor of the new Toronto megacity?
Mel Lastman.
Mel Lastman is correct. Of what country is Jacinda Ardern the prime minister?
New Zealand.
New Zealand.
New Zealand is correct. Stockings made of what synthetic polymer were first shown publicly at the 1939 New York World's Fair?
Nylon.
Nylon is correct. Neuschwanstein and Linderhof are two of the palaces built by King Ludwig II in this region that is now part of Germany.
Bavaria.
Bavaria is correct. Which Canadian celebrities were born May 28, 1934, two of whom are still living?
The quintuplets.
The Quints.
Yes, the Dion quintuplets. In which Pixar film would you encounter characters called joy, sadness, anger, fear, and disgust?
Inside Out.
Inside Out is correct. In the name of the bank, what do the letters CIBC stand for?
Canadian Imperial Bank of Commerce.
That is correct. Which world capital is situated at the mouth of the Rio de la Plata?
I don't know.
Pass. Buenos Aires, Argentina. The mathematician and astronomer Copernicus was a native of what country?
Italy.
Italy is not right. It's Poland. What London, UK street is commonly associated with doctors' offices?
Portobello.
Harley Street is the answer. What was the first film to win the Best Picture Oscar? 15 seconds. You want to pass?
Pass.
Wings. Who is the patron saint of actors, clowns, and stenographers?
St. Eustace.
Oh, the answer is Saint Genesius.
Oh.
Saint Genesius.
Wow.
I said that. I knew it.
All right.
Tip of my tongue.
All right. Now the Devils Despicables are up for your lightning round. Again, you have 2 minutes, as many questions as possible. The clock will start when I am finished reading the first question. What lawyer defended Leopold and Loeb?
Clarence Darrow.
Correct. By area, which is Canada's largest province or territory?
Quebec.
No, the answer is
Quebec.
Nunavut. Who was the leader of the Federal Liberal Party before Justin Trudeau? Immediately before Justin Trudeau.
Stéphane Dion?
No, Michael Ignatieff. Who is the youngest artist to win the Grammy for Album of the Year?
Billie Eilish.
Correct. What violin-playing comedian claimed to be 39 until he died at the age of 80? Pass?
Pass.
Jack Benny. What is the collective name for the series of long, narrow lakes in upstate New York?
Finger Lakes.
Finger Lakes.
Lakes is correct. For which Shakespeare play did John Steinbeck get his title, The Winter of Our Discontent?
Richard III.
Richard III.
Hydrophobia is another name for what disease passed to humans from animal bites?
Rabies?
Correct. Which animated title character on TV works for the Pawtucket Patriot Brewing Company in Quahog, Rhode Island?
Pass.
Pass. Peter Griffin, the Family Guy. Ironically, the oldest bridge crossing the Seine River in Paris is Le Pont Neuf, which translates as what?
The New Bridge.
The New Bridge is correct. Which handheld digital pet was released in Japan in 1996 and quickly became one of the era's top toy fads?
Tamagotchi.
Yes, correct. What is the full name of the maverick New York congresswoman known by her initials AOC?
Alexandria
Ocasio-Cortez.
That's correct, all of you. Who is the only woman to have won a Best Director Oscar?
Catherine
Bigelow.
Correct. What legendary American folk artist had her first exhibition at age 80?
What's her name?
Final answer?
great.
Oh, wow.
Anyone make an answer? No? Okay. The answer was Grandma Moses.
Yes.
And at the end of that incredibly exciting round, it's the Devil's Despicables with 150 and the Shavian Mavens with 140. My God.
Oh, guys.
Crazy. It's the final round. The round where even a team lagging woefully behind, which is not the case today, has the potential for a come-from-behind victory. But we are so close. This last question is worth 100 points. So first, and wow. Players on Shavian Mavens to pay attention to the screen and mute your mics and silence your sound feed so that you don't hear the deliberations of the Devil's Despicables. So take your earbuds out or press sound off on your computer and give us the thumbs up when you've done this.
What if they read our lips?
Can you hear us, you guys? Nope. All right. I assume that the Shavian Mavens are not within hearing distance. So I'll ask the final question. You will have 30 seconds to deliberate and decide on an answer. Devil's Despicables. When the clock runs out, you'll hear a sound indicating your time is up. I will ask the team captain to write down your team's answer on the piece of paper and pen which have been provided, but do not show us your answers yet. Simply hide it from view. At that point, we'll bring back the Shavian Mavens and ask you guys to mute your sound and remove your earbuds while they do the same and deliberate. Keep your eyes on the screen for the messages. All right. This is an explosive finale. So, Devil's Despicables. The category is presidential education, and the question is, in 1884, he became the only U.S. president to date to earn a PhD. He received it from Johns Hopkins, although he was later appointed president of Princeton University before his election to the presidency in 1912. 30 seconds begins now.
I would say that this is Theodore Roosevelt.
Oh, that's a really good. That's really good. I don't know who it is.
I mean, I don't know all the early presidents, but
Theodore Roosevelt. Was it Roosevelt? Is he the same Roosevelt that was in the 30s?
no.
It's a different one?
No, wait.
There was a Roosevelt.
Yeah,
Wasn't
who's the
there?
other Roosevelt?
Is there
Franklin.
two Roosevelts?
Yeah, there's two, but Teddy was earlier.
Yeah. Let's say.
All right, there's your time is up.
Theodore
So
Roosevelt.
Molly,
Am I supposed to write it down?
yes, you write down the answer you all agree on, and or that Molly deems your final
I'm
answer.
so sorry if I'm wrong. It was a bit of a guess.
I know Theodore from Arsenic and Old Lace. It's a great character.
There you
All
go.
right. Well,
All
let's
right. So now I will ask the control room to alert the Shavian Mavens that they are welcome back in the Zoom room. And I will ask the Devil's Despicables to mute their sound and remove their earbuds until they see the signal to return. Shavian Mavens, the other team cannot hear us now, hopefully. So here is your final clue for 100 points. In 1884, he became the only U.S. president to date to earn a PhD. He received it from Johns Hopkins University, although he was later appointed president of Princeton University before his election to the presidency in 1912. You have 30 seconds to deliberate.
Oh,
Boy.
Maybe Harding. I don't know. 1800s presidents.
No.
Harding, Cleveland.
Cleveland?
I am not good with the American presidents. Like at all.
Roosevelt.
Anything that before Roosevelt, I can't. Okay, Paul, this is up to you, man.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Cleveland? Did you say Cleveland?
Cleveland.
Yeah, Grover, Cleveland, or
There we go. We're at time. So Claire, decide on one final answer from all those answers given.
And is that what I write down?
Write it down, but don't show us.
Okay.
Just write it down, turn the paper over. And because they can't hear us, I'm going to ask the Devil's Despicables to turn their sound back on. And I just want to take this moment to congratulate the Shavian Mavens for their fortitude and maturity in answering that question in the light of what was happening in the squares above them.
It was intimidation.
Great focus and maturity. All right. So you both got your answers written down, Molly and Claire?
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay. Once again, I'll read the question. In 1884, he became the only U.S. president to date to earn a PhD. He received it from Johns Hopkins University, although he was later appointed president of Princeton University before his election to the presidency in 1912. I heard some great answers. Many, many early 20th century presidents were named. Unfortunately, neither team named the president elected in 1912. The answer is Woodrow Wilson. Was the one president who was elected in 1912 and served, I think, until 1919 under the League of Nations. But great guesses all. And because neither of you got it, neither of you get any points from the final. So the score remains, couldn't be closer, except if you were tied. The Devil's Despicables with 150 and the Shavian Mavens with 140.
That's a speaker.
Well done. Congratulations to both teams on a close match. And we will welcome back the Devil's Despicables in 3 weeks' time to face off in our second semifinal game against the winners of next week's match between and... But before that, keep your masks on and your friends at a distance until we meet again to play another round of
The Great Shaw Quiz.
This is Tom McCamus speaking. The Great Shaw Quiz is a Tim Carroll, Tim Jennings production.